Good morning, parents and families of teens. Um, I appreciate everybody's patience with this announcement, or I guess it's just this update. This is the third version that I record of this, and I think I got it down path now. So, first of all, uh, one thing that I want to make sure that it is very clear is that all these decisions that have been made since a few months ago when the conversations about Rachel's transition started have been prayed over, fast over, um, consulted, discussed, they have not been made in a silo in any way, shape, or form. So I want you to know that. And always, always two things in mind. One, is this God's will? And two, is this the best thing for the teens? And unfortunately, we're going to disagree a lot of times what's best or what's the best way to go about it. One thing I can tell you is this: your teens, your youth are loved. They're loved by many people. They're loved from the top leadership of our church all the way down to little brothers and sisters that they are tiny. But everybody in our church love them. Volunteers and other parents and congregants and leaders in the youth department, Rachel, Joe, they're just loved. So that is one thing that I love that I've seen through this entire process is that everyone has your teens in mind and the best intentions for your teens. So first of all, right now in this video, you will not hear who is the next youth director, but but you will hear very soon. We will have some conversations today, giving that announcement, the official announcement for some people. Rachel knows. I spoke with her yesterday and gave her the final announcements and actually also the schedule and the timeline of onboarding, so she knows. And but other people will find out today. You will most likely find out as the news just trickles down, and you might find out by Saturday. But if not, 100% on Sunday, Pastor Jay will introduce our new youth director. So I want you to know that. What does that mean? And where does the plan fall of the 6 week of a pause? When we were looking at ways to transition and to allow a moment of transition, we can go back to the fact that people still need to process this transition. People still need to process the decision and these announcements. So we said, you know what? It seems to be that we're at a spot right now, especially with the summer coming up, that let's go ahead and just pause the traditional service for youth service, the traditional way that we gather for youth. And what that means is this: the traditional way it is that we come together at 5 o'clock from 5 to 7, from 5 to 5:20, we play games, we gather at 5:20, worship starts. We do whatever, as much worship, as many songs as the worship team has decided. We let the spirit move, and then usually Rachel would preach, and after that, after her preaching, we will separate in small groups and then have discussions in smaller settings. That's the only thing we're pausing for 6 weeks. We are not stopping from gathering. And please know this: we're not asking any of the leaders, the youth leaders, the ones that decided to stay. We're not asking Rachel not to be available. We're telling the teens. In fact, I told the teens on Sunday evening, Rachel's phone number is still the same. She's still part of our church, and she's still available if anyone needs her counsel, her prayers, and her voice. She's an amazing person. Is a godly woman that loves God and loves your teens like they were her own. So that's not changing. All we are doing, the only thing that we're doing for this next 6 weeks is pausing the traditional way that we gather. Does that mean that we won't gather? No, we will gather. In fact, our first gathering is going to be this Saturday morning. We're going to go bowling. And the way we're going to do this is that weekly, we're going to have one or maybe two even options for teens to come together, for us to have fun. We're still going to have fellowship. We're still going to have faith because we're going to bring devotionals, prayers, hopefully worship. And we're just going to have fun ways to come together for the next 6 weeks. The list of suggestions that we have are, of course, River Rats, Flamingos games, movie nights at the church, worship night at youth at 5 p.m. and on the evening. That's but just worship. Prayer nights. Actually, we want to schedule a prayer night where we pray for the future of our youth department and for all the teens in our church. So we're going to do all that. We want you parents to be part of it, bring suggestions, maybe help us with driving teens around, or just come and gather. If some of you might feel led to become youth leaders, we welcome all of that. Yes, some of our youth leaders did step down. A couple of them were already making that decision prior to Rachel's announcement, and just still move forward with that. They just felt that it was not the right time for them anymore to serve in that capacity. They serve in other areas of our church, and we appreciate it. A couple, yes, the departure of Rachel as a youth leader, as a youth director, did influence the decision to step down as leaders. Completely understandable. We do still have, though, a few that feel faithful to the department and faithful to the teens in a way that they say, you know what, we're gonna see this through. We're not called yet to not be part of the youth ministry, so they're still gonna stay on. And to the ones that came before, to the ones that stepped down, to the ones that staying, and to the ones that want to join, we thank you. We thank you for what you've done so far for our teens, your love for our teens, and we look forward to seeing you in other capacities around the church, of course. So that's not changing. When it comes to the love that we have for everyone, that's not changing, and we understand that this transition is tough. I get it. I have two teenagers of my own, and Natalie and Jacob. They are trying to figure out where they fit in into this world as teenagers and as they turn into young adults. So we all have been concerned the effects of this transition, and these decisions were not taken lightly. So please know that. Please know that. So this is the timeline that you're going to see right now. Today, we're going to have some conversation with some people that need to find out first who the new youth pastor is. Then I'm going to let the youth leaders know, the ones that are staying on. They're going to find out this afternoon. So I'm excited to do that. And of course, we're going to ask be kept a surprise for Sunday for Pastor Jay, but I'm sure that some might trickle down. And then as we go, actually, I might tell you parents first on a video before Sundays, so you guys have the time to be excited as well. And then on Sunday, Pastor Jay is going to make the announcement who the youth pastor is. This person is going to come on board officially on Sunday the 8th as a staff member of the church. That's going to be their first day. And then we're going to do the 6-week pause. This person will be involved in those 6 weeks. So what we plan to do is that some trips might be during the weekdays. We have teenagers that do not have jobs and they really don't have any plans during the week. So we want to provide options of picking them up in the buses, and myself included, Pastor Jay included, and and leaders included, so those that can, and drive them and take them for ice cream or go for a lunch or go to River Rats during the week or whatever it is. We're also thinking maybe doing the water park in Hartsfield. We have ideas of doing Saluda River tubing, going fishing. Pastor Jay likes that. So going fishing and just gathering and having game nights and things like that. So we have all those options. And the intention is that after the new youth pastor starts, is that they get to develop relationship with some of the teens and leaders. We're going to welcome new leaders, those that call to join the department, of course, as well. And this will allow that. We're also going to have night sessions on Sunday nights, on Sunday evenings, in which you'll be able as a parent to come and meet them, ask them questions, just get to know them better as well. So you kind of get to know who is going to be leading your teens. So we want to do all of that. It's going to be in the 6 weeks. And you think about it, 6 weeks is going to pass really fast. In fact, one of those weekends, it is July 4th weekend. So, it's really 5 Sundays that we would have got together in the regular schedule. And then we're going to come back with a big celebration and an excitement, a relaunch, if you want to call it that, on July the 13th. Okay, and that's when youth goes back to normal schedule 5 to 7 with the new format, whatever the youth pastor decides to do on Sunday evenings. So as you can hear me, please hear this. We're gonna gather weekly. We might gather sometimes just regular 5 o'clock, but it's going to be a different format. It will not be the same structure. It will just be a night of gathering, celebration, worship, prayer, which is anyway what would happen in youth in some nights. So it just be that. In some weeks it would just be maybe a week option or a Saturday morning option or a Saturday day option or a Friday night movies, whatever we put in that schedule. I promise you this. I am going to send you and send the teenagers and the leaders a time for Saturday morning to go bowling, and then we're gonna do lunch. So it's gonna be sometime around 10:30. That we're gonna just come together bowling. We'll have the two buses, so if your team needs to be picked up, we can pick them up, and then we'll go ahead and go bowling. Then we're gonna go get lunch, and then we'll bring them back, and we'll just kind of gather as well that day. And then that Saturday, I will give all the teenagers, and then I will post it here a schedule of everything we're going to be doing through these 6 weeks. Where are we going, the times and the places, and of course, the logistics will come as the dates get closer. You guys have my phone number. I put it in this group early on. So if you have any question, feel free to text me. I'll be more than glad to answer any questions you might have. And I appreciate all those that already reached out, those that are praying for us, those that are praying for our teens and for this transition. Thank you for those that are praying for our justice process. And if you haven't joined us in prayer, that one is God centric, and teenagers are in the forefront as well, and their well being as well. And that's all I have for right now. So exciting news happening. We appreciate all the support, all the patience, and I really pray and hope that you guys come along into this new journey, this new chapter. We thank Rachel for all the sacrifices she's done, Joe and the girls as well, Shay and Kylie. We're excited for see where they go in life. Shay is gonna stay on youth, and I see her being part of our leadership team as she steps into some awesome chapters of her life. You guys heard her preach on Youth Takeover, and she did an amazing job. And so yeah, that's all I have for right now. Again, love you very much. We love your teens, and we're excited for what's yet to come. And I'm available here if you guys need anything. Love you guys. Bye.